All right, what's up, everybody? We're back at it. We've got Elena versus Heidi. Welcome to the channel. If you're brand new, you're halfway through this week's Meme Dream Week Campus Championship for UniVersus. We've got Elena versus Heidi, which is going to be a very, very fun match. Let's talk about what Heidi wants to do because she gets to go first. She has these pretty amazing cards that are called the Kriegers. Let me find. Get rid of that. The Kriegers that have this really rad ability of if you attach all 5 different colored Kriegers to her, you win the game using the ability of Krieger getting knocked. And so the entire game plan that
it's not optional. This better be
Heidi
good.
has
No, it's fine.
is thank you. Thank you, Total Con. Appreciate it. Holy cow. Holy cow. Thank you so much. But the way that Krieger Knocked works, and the way that Heidi deck wants to work, is it wants to play as defensively as possible in order to make your Kriegers happen on the board, and then you just win. And so using character cards, we're playing, what, 20 extra character cards, and only 3 attacks in this deck? Not your standard UniVersus deck, for sure. And then what this Elena deck is wanting to do, we can find it real fast. Here it is. What this Elena deck wants to do is it is a Pulse Flare OTK deck. And so it wants to build as quickly and as awesome as possible and just blow you out as big as it can with Pulse Flare.
Does he play 6s?
Deflection Swing is good. The White House is good in this deck. Exploding Flamewar is good. It's just like, how aggressive could we be?
6, 7. So I'm gonna touch this one.
So it looks like Elena did get to smack Heidi for just a bit using our Deflection Swing, grabbed our momentum. We've got some pretty solid answers when it comes, or pretty solid board state
6.
when it comes to Elena's board of just having Confronting Jetta. Scavenger, the Elena is not running Missile Launcher.
Straight up lose?
Once again, exclamation
We'll
point
see.
deck
try.
lists in the chat, and you can see.
No.
7.
Is it going to happen?
5, 6, 7.
Is it? Are we actually doing it right now?
-3 difficulty to my next one.
Actually crazy? Is this insane?
On an 8.
Did we find them?
4, 5. Intern.
Okay. I guess as soon as I get done with the explanation, we move on from game 1 and we push it into game 2. I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, guys. We got to get back into it.
I think the thing it's supposed to do for the first time today.
Heidi kind of bopped Elena on turn 2, summoned a mech. She can't dance her way out of this one. But Elena gets to go first and gets to build a card on her first turn. And so it is possible. Purifying Chime is also a thing. Yeah, but like that only works in like for Tuscan Con. That only works if like they don't build it all in one turn.
What? There's plenty of reasons.
There are plenty of reasons. You did just kill him on turn 2, James. And so what Elena has to do is just like find the best attack string possible. Just like be as aggressive as she can.
Pass.
1, 2, 3.
Nice.
From here we build out as big as we can. On the 4 checks, good thing we had that ready foundation, huh? On a 3 checks a 2 and it's over. So build a 2, grab a momentum is fine. The good news is we are not going to be we're not going to be building out our mechs on turn 1. That's just not a possibility.
4. 4. 4. Here you go.
So let's talk about the cards that Heidi has built now, because it looks like she does not actually have as big of an explosive turn as we had before. She's only got 1 mech in hand, and if Elena can make her block with it, we're gonna feel really, really good. The main card that we have here is Immortality, defensive-wise for Elena, or excuse me, for Heidi, and it just says if you block with a character card, you just get to do a thing. Ooh, the White House is going to be crazy. Okay, so the White House on Elena's board says that while it is there, it is a terrain, which means you can only have one of it out. While it's on board, checks to play action cards get -4.
Search my deck.
Very hilarious,
Yeah.
very, very funny, very funny commentary on no actions can happen in the White House. But the main defense that Heidi has is Let's Cut Loose, which says that you grab the on block, the perfect block, up to your hand, draw an additional card to keep a good hand advantage, and a dodge, which says you're actually debuilding my opponent's staging area as you are playing the game. And the fact that these two cards are just essentially gotten rid of, forcing your opponent to play
6,
dodge on basically
4, 5, 6.
a 9 diff is just not a thing you can do. This is a dead card in your hand. You have to get rid of it. And so
4.
we have to see. We're gonna see
4.
if the White House is actually gonna be playing a big impact on the game today. I think it might be one of the things that like makes or breaks this matchup actually. It's not that big of a deal, but you build before you draw.
Oh.
I don't know if they heard me or not. Okay, so it looks like we got a deflection swing coming in.
We'll use Forbidden Technique.
Sure.
Forbidden
Respond White
Technique
House,
deflection swing is really, really neat.
dang
Just because of you can just pick up your Forbidden Technique
deflection
with
swing.
deflection swing. You just build it
Oops.
down, and then you pick up the Forbidden Technique, and then you can just play it again and do it again, and just like it's just like an extra build one every turn. I think it's really cool.
Let's go loose on 3.
Yeah.
Check A2.
Yeah, this is where it gets in. So now can you imagine having to commit a card to play your Let's Cut Looses? Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy when you think about it. Like that just, man, this doesn't feel good. I think this actually might be a really good turn for Elena, strictly because of the fact that we are removing for +2 speed. Elena gives speed and damage based on the card that she removes off the top of her deck, as well as the number of symbols it shares with your character. It's a bit of a damage bump. This is good. This is good.
Damage with Elena.
Pass.
Pass.
5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Take that.
So here's the. I love this. I love this play. We've got Shishio committing to build the card down. It's just another face down that we have in order to just throw our entire
Just say
staging
other.
area at our opponent.
No, that's what I was checking about too. After your attack is blocked and one stone or weapon attack from your card puts your staging. I was wondering if it said other as well. For some reason in my head I thought it said other, but whatever, I don't care.
From here,
Yep.
Aether Leg, discard momentum, build 2 more. That's okay. We just commit
Sounds good.
a bunch of face downs. Totally acceptable. Aether Leg's
Leg's
gonna build 2 more, which is just more speed,
No,
more
we'll do it.
damage on
Sure, will do.
our attack.
Were they good?
Yeah, probably. Yours,
Pass.
Elena?
3 speed.
3 speed. Wow, it's an 8 high for. It's gonna be 7 damage.
Anything?
Yeah, that's a ton. As Heidi, what do you do?
Pass.
I feel like
Damage.
you just get bopped here. Because there's no way that we don't pass the. Do we actually use Shishio and blow up our face up in order to give it extra damage? I actually think we do. I think we blow up the, excuse me. I think we blow up the Kieran Souls and give this thing extra damage.
Stack your character.
With what? Okay. Pass.
I guess not. I guess the play here is dodge if we have it.
Pass.
On a 9, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Take nothing.
From here, we just play the Pulse Flare and kill him.
Pulse Flare.
Kill him.
Uh,
Commit one more of those face downs.
6.
I'd give it speed with Elena first,
We'll
right?
Elena?
Sure.
Giving it
3 speed.
+3 speed. Wow,
Pretty
this
good,
is
that's pretty good.
actually
Pretty good.
impossible. There's actually nothing that
Yes.
Heidi can
Can you
do.
use with Elena?
It's fun. It's fun to like in my head. If anybody's seen poker be played at all, it's fun to see like the chance of like people getting out of it. It's like instantly go from like 100 to 0, and then still watch them play. It's fun.
13, 15. 17, 19. Powerful, so 19.
Yep. Pass.
EX perform one.
Pass. Failed the block.
If he's got an answer, he does not. Moving on to the next one. Wasn't quite the 3-minute game that we had for game 2, but just as explosive for sure. Moving on to game 3. All right, so into a game 3, we've got Heidi going first. We did see a turn 2 kill from Heidi when she got to go first
Going first.
last time. So, I mean, we could see something similar. Especially, I saw us open up a blueprints.
Huh.
I think we have blueprints
I will keep-
and
Did I,
leader of the Saintly Beasts. Or
about I didn't cheat last
Saintly
time?
Beasts. Yes,
Better
that
beat
is
me.
that is the name of this card.
I
Leader of
might
the
have
Saintly
drawn
Beasts,
6 cards.
which just find missing mechs.
There we
One
go.
of them guaranteed, one of them potentially. And so we could have a very, very explosive turn 2 once again. All we need is a couple Herald of Germanias
Yep.
and
Cards.
for James to quit throwing his cards. It's actually kind of surprising with a
then I
build
get this,
3,
right? Review
right?
it first
Build
and then-
3 kind of means that like if he tries to
down
go
three
for it, I don't
Do you
think
review
that he
after
gets
you?
it.
Start your turn.
This
before you
actually
do any
feels
of the
not
combat
good.
stuff.
I would have
Review draw before all that.
I would have actually
Review.
Then they should
rather
be face down.
throw the hand
Draw
back
this, right?
and get a really solid build turn, right? I mean, that's at least that's how I feel about it. Looks like Elena has opted not to attack on turn 1 for the first game out of this set, but gets a really good build 5. I'm sure Elena didn't attack because she didn't want to, but because she physically could not.
Add cool mech. Search mech.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try and build as many as we can and then hope we just like don't take 21? Because with the staging area that Elena has, she easily could do 21. She's got 4 cards in her staging area that flip for the ability for Pulse Flare to just nuke you. Not to mention Elena. Not to mention like if we draw like even 2 or 3 attacks. Because like with the way that confronting Jetta works, we just give the whole thing EX, and as long as we force them,
4.
checks a 4,
5.
has to commit 2. Man, that actually feels awful. He has to
7. 6.
on the 7, 6,
7.
7. What do you do now? Build 2 mechs pass.
Oh, actually, sorry.
This is the weakest.
5. Go.
Yeah, this is the
Get a face down.
weakest that Heidi has been,
this is how
honestly, in the
UniVersus.
entire event tonight. This is the weakest that she's
Crying.
been.
This is pretty cool.
So what do we do?
Yep.
start off with a Sense of Morals, easy peasy. Just get a good card out, and then hey, we check a Purifying Thrust on a Purifying Thrust. Not the action that we want, but it is certainly the action that is like it's fine. Get an easy stun 1 means that we can't stack the top card of our deck.
Yeah.
He removed a character out of his hand in order to draw off of Evil Eye. I think that's a totally fair play. Checks a 5, builds that in committed, and gives it extra 2 damage. Cool play, cool play. So currently it's a 4 high for 5, about a fifth of Elena's health. Purifying Thrust not getting the extra 3 damage to make it like a real beefy boy, but I think it's fine. Gets 3 speed. This card's actually nigh unblockable now. It looks like, unless we want to commit Heidi when we block and say that it just doesn't, we don't get the block anymore. If this is the card we're determined not to block, but it makes us feel real spooky with a Pulse Flare right around the corner. I think that actually he should not be doing all of this because it tells us that the Pulse Flare is not a threat, right? Oh, the Pulse Flare is a threat? Man.
Take the 7, go to 14. Put this on.
Takes the 5, stacks the red mech. This guarantees that we block the Pulse Flare that he's about to send. Man. This all depends on if Jeff sees the Evil Eye that is committed or not. Right? We should be keeping track of it the whole time. The only card that Elena can use to defend herself, or excuse me, Heidi can use to defend herself, and Elena has to keep that in mind. We have double Pulse Flare in our hand. We easily could like pump this up a wee bit. Like there's no reason to like throw all of our face down foundations in this one attack, especially when it's only 14 damage. Because if we decided to, it's plus 2 more speed.
Yes.
6-7. We could still currently block this because of the fact that we know that there's a 6 on top. We have to assume that there is another. There's another mech in hand, or else Heidi would have probably just built more foundations as opposed to trying to build 4 mechs on 3 foundations.
Oh, EX twice.
So yeah, I guess just give it the extra speed, and then we Evil Eye. Like we have to. We're just not allowed to not Evil Eye.
Evil Eye? Okay.
Yep.
Interesting that he draws the 6 check off the top.
Forgot what you put there?
Maybe because it's currently not doing lethal?
Actually, yeah. I just wasn't paying attention. Forgot about that.
Or maybe the play here as Elena instead, right? If we lived in a different world, is actually you EX first, and then you, after the Evil Eye gets
I'll give it 2 damage.
Gets flipped, then you Elena, and then hope for the 3 off the top. Because if we rip the 3 off the top, then it's fine. There's actually just nothing that they can do about it.
I'll give it.
This still only does 13 damage.
Confronting.
Pass.
And so it will leave Heidi at 1. I feel like, I mean, you have to Evil Eye here, right? Like, you have to. There's 0 chance that doesn't happen. Because what happens when he slings a high or a low? Right? He throws another Purifying Thrust, or or worse, like an Aether Leg, right? Aether Leg's got like a 5 base speed, and then it just pokes you for 1 and you die. I'm not sure that there's even a question here, and to be honest, I don't even know whose enhanced it is. I think it might be Heidi's. I did take my headset off, so I can't hear them. There we go. We did powerful one to make it the
Resets.
lethal. Evil Eye put it back.
Pass.
Interesting play. Interesting play. On the 5, there's pretty much no way that we can fail this unless we check the attack. There's only 3 attacks in the deck. If we actually check an attack here, it's just doomed. Okay. Successful block. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. From here, we are 3 damage off of a successful Pulse Flare to win.
7.
6, 7.
Elena.
Yep.
Ooh.
Plus 4 speed. That's pretty good.
I'll give it -1 speed.
Sure.
I guess we are once again 1 damage off.
Pass.
2 damage.
Sure. Pass.
Oh, he
8
flipped for the
powerful.
-3.
Yep.
Wow, what a good play. All right. Jeff over here
Yes.
outplaying me.
Send it.
8, 9.
He
5,
cannot
6,
check it. 6, 7.
Woo!
And with that, it's over. Congratulations, Jeff. Elena moves on. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one.